What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? And welcome to another episode of Beta Memoirs. And today, well, we've got a lot of chop to say the least. But before we get into it, remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Well, we are coming into Friday, and it will be a long weekend. The stock market is closed on Monday, so please remember that. Adjust your positions accordingly. If you're investing, no need to worry. If you are swinging, risk management. Also, if you are intraday trading, remember that you are where you want to be in the position you want to be by the end of tomorrow. Being said, we're just going to get right into it today because it is Friday, so it is Take Profit Friday. So being said, I think there's a lot of people will take profit. The market it's been jumping around. It's been bouncing around. It wants to sell off. Tech has been taking some really steep dives and then being picked right back up. I think it's only a matter of time once these earnings are done, in which we might get a little bit more of a correction. I think there will be some kind of pullback. We need a healthier pullback. This was a pretty decent sized one, but as you can tell, the stock market is getting tired because it's really rolling over pretty hard right now. And I think it's just dangling essentially right here is what it looks like, to be honest. But being said, we haven't made a higher high yet. Maybe that changes overnight. Definitely tell tomorrow what it's looking like. If it is Take Profit Friday, which it normally is with a long weekend, consider to be looking at some selling tomorrow. As far as like positions and stuff, if after the first couple of hours of selling, you can look at swing positions. Again, depending on the market, I want to see what the market's going to do tomorrow and where it holds. With the selling pressure coming in on a typical normal Friday, are we going to really sell off tomorrow? That is the question. Ultimately, we are only in mid-February. Again, I think if there's going to be any kind of big correction, it could be in March. Looking at that though, it really just depends. There's a lot of stuff pumping this right now, unless there's a black swan. Not really seeing a black swan unless something new develops. But again, right now, stock market looks like it wants to roll over. How far? I mean, the buyers have definitely been in here picking this up as soon as it starts selling. QQQ, same thing. I mean, it's looking just like the market. Hasn't made a higher high, though. It's been struggling the past 2 days. Has pushed back up. Maybe again after hours into tomorrow, we actually get a new high, and then we sell off tomorrow. It all depends on when we open. But again, Monday is off, so we have to be careful and mindful about that. Tesla really struggling. I actually tried to get another scalp out of this when it sold off. I actually debated it. I saw this push up today, and I was like, you know what? I highly doubt this is going to push and break this. I watched the hourly. I want to see what the hourly opened up. It opened up here, and I was like, okay, well, maybe we're back in business, and we're going to start seeing all-time highs with Tesla again, and then it just sold. I was actually reluctant here on this push up. I was ready to grab some puts on this. I held off only because of the fact that if for some reason that candle didn't get back below this 20, it wasn't going to happen. But I was wrong. That the next hourly candle just exploded down after that, and then it just held. Again, I'm still looking for something lower. Tesla, I've been debating, and I kind of look at around that 755, 744 mark. But if there is a bigger correction, could even see it possibly 650 at that point. But I don't think there's no way it's going to get lower than that. Even 650, I think, is a bit of a reach. If you wanted your dip, that was anything greater than that. I think that was back in March of last year. But being said, Square is still continuing to rocket earnings. PayPal exploded today. Square is right along with it. The Bitcoin craze that's going on right now and everything. I continue to see this to run into earnings. Earnings is, again, the end of the month, so you got 2 more weeks. So this actually might start pushing even more an attempt to try that 300 like I was originally planning, going into earnings. And then at that point, we'll see where it ends up after earnings. If it crushes earnings, maybe we'll see a break over 300 and then some selling, right? So I think right after earnings, I think we're going to just start selling off. Again, the market's been pushing up and tired. You can tell it's tired. It wants to sell off. Big tech is trying to sell off, but it looks like a lot of possibly retail traders are picking it back up. Could be the possibility. I don't know. We'll have to see because it's not selling off very much. And if we do bleed off, it bleeds out slowly. And then it's being, again, bought right back up. Airbnb, it continues to push up, stair-stepping all its way up, waiting for this to sell back off. Again, if we do sell off if we correct pretty hard, I do want to try to get a leap in this, couple leaps maybe in this one. But again, we have to see. Again, right now it's kind of like a play day by day, see what the market's doing, especially around this particular period. Once there is a correction, we find a base, then it's definitely worth getting in at that point. Apple, sideways junk. Facebook is the same thing. Like I said yesterday, just got that news yesterday. That's why it popped. Or else, if you take essentially these hourly candles and move them down, I mean, it'd match the sideways action that's been playing for a while. BYND is actually starting to push up, which normally it's a move. I wasn't ready to get back into this only because it was really high. I kind of want to see where the new base is. If this 163 is going to be the new base, I want that correction to kind of establish where that new base is with BYND. But I like all the fundamentals in that company. Etsy itself, Etsy again too high. That's sideways action right now. It's got earnings next week, I think. It's either next week or I want to say it's next week, but it might just hover here until we get earnings and then might explode up past there. I don't really see it getting past 250-ish, maybe even 260. We'll see how that goes, though. Disney had earnings after hour. Looks like it did pretty good for the most part here. Obviously, the streaming service has been holding it up. Once the parks and everything get open, I think this one will really start to run. So again, it almost tagged 200. Might be good for a continuation tomorrow. Again, though, tomorrow is take profits, so be mindful of that. You still in this one, still liking this one, still holding well. It's been playing this zone very well. I really don't want it to break below this. I'm willing to hold this. I have shares in this as well, so I'll average down on this if it comes down a little bit, if it corrects, and then I really feel like it's going to pop back up. I like the fundamentals on you. Planters, I've been waiting this pullback. I'm still waiting for the zone to buy back in when it comes in here. And then again, if we get a correction, I will average down on this one as well. And NDM, same case here. I've been waiting for it to come down and do the same with planters. So a lot of this is based off correction. I know I'm kind of flying through these, but understand tomorrow's take profit and a long weekend. So I don't really see a lot of plays unless you're trying to scalp tomorrow. I don't really see the need to get into anything tomorrow for a swing. It might, because I mean, you got 3 days. You got futures opening on Sunday night, and you got a whole day of not trading. So a lot can happen between there. Four days is a lot of time. NNOX. I almost grabbed this morning. I saw it in the zone here, but I didn't. Popped up. That could have been good for a good scalp, but I didn't want to risk it today. Right now, I'll be honest, like a lot of these positions, I want the correction before I start really doing anything. I have been taking positions. ALLM, I did take another position in this once I got back down to the zone. I am in this. It has a nice support here. I want it just to push back up. If we get a nice push up, I will probably tag out on this one and then look to re-enter on this one. I see this going far this year with the whole renewable thing. So I'm kind of just, I might just scalp this one essentially and swing this one until I think we get closer to the correction, and then we got another 2 weeks, I think. Play the corrections, and then just kind of wait for the correction to happen and get a better position. Planet 13 actually hit $9 today, which was ridiculous. I missed out on a lot of profits on this one. Nonetheless, I'm looking forward to get back in this one after the correction. Very good butcher. I added to this one again today. There is a lot going on, and I think in the next, once this transfers over to the new Toronto exchange, I think this bad boy is just going to rip. There's a lot of people, especially if you look, European markets are very much into plant-based stuff right now. I think over half of the majority of the population over there, I think is plant-based, or pretty close to half right now. So being said, I think they're going to want to, they're the ones that have been asking about this. When is this going to be available? Everybody wants their hands on this thing. I think as soon as that opens up, I think this thing is going to fly in. Again, just my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. Plant X, like I said before, I am in this position. I'm willing to hold this one. I don't got such a huge position that I'll get destroyed. I am only in shares in this. Being said, I do like this setup for the year, so I'll actually hold this one throughout the year and see how this one does. This Evogen upset. It's at $10 now, especially when I had it at $4. It's all good. Just waiting for it to come back down. Correction, CRISPR correction. MP is holding well. I almost took a position in this today when it came back down, but I'm waiting for that correction. I'm not trying to. I'm a lot of cash right now. I'm still waiting. Like I said, I added to a couple pennies, and I essentially added more to the Very Good Butcher. But that's pretty much it at this point. This one was looking good too. I almost took this, but again, just waiting. I mean, there's too much. I don't want to be spread out and then there'd be a major correction. Not that I think there's going to be a huge correction. Even a 10% is pretty big. It's still a big correction on the individual stocks. Overall market 10%. Being said, I'm just waiting for that to happen. I want to see if there's anything specific on here that I looked through. I know NVIDIA actually exploded again today, continued its explosion. And I don't even see it on here for whatever reason. And NVIDIA is normally one of the top stocks I have on here. As you can see, I mean, NVIDIA continued to push up, although it's been kind of grinding up at this point, but it's still continuing its movement. So there's that one. The AMD still hasn't really done much. It's kind of been trending sideways. I'm trying to think here. Bumble actually IPO'd today. If you guys aren't aware, it's the dating app site. Came out today, so that IPO'd. I'm really not interested in trading this one. My two IPOs I'm looking for this year, if they do come out, is Stripe and Starlink. And I'll be sure to let you guys know when they come out, because those are the ones that I really want. WWE, I talked about this yesterday. I actually held here, and as soon as it broke over this 20, I actually took leaps in this today. I'm willing to ride these out. I like WWE. Like I said, it's going into the summer and everything, events. I think WWE is going to have a massive year, along with a lot of other venues and entertainment are just going to explode this year, especially everybody trying to get out and spend money. If this whole pandemic thing continues to push and everything seems to go well this year, I think events are going to be big. So I did grab leaps in WWE today. Trying to think here. This is another one I had, ASTI. It's a solar play here. They actually make flexible solar panels. Is not only for essentially they make them for your backpacks. They make them for rockets for space. They make it for, I know they have some government contracts as well that they do. So they got a lot of different patents on their technology. So I wanted to actually play this play. It's again one of those ones kind of like the plant-based website. the Amazon of plant-based that I essentially sunk money into. It's kind of one of the long holds for the year because I think it's going to do well in that renewable green whole space. So this is one of them I took today on a solar move. I do see this one going well, so I'm holding this one for the year pretty much. Again, if there's any parabolic moves up or anything like that, more than likely I will get out at that point and look to re-enter. Being said, let's see what else I have. AMC, like I talked about yesterday, could be a good play in the long term. Kind of wait for over the weekend. I want to see how the weekend holds for all this stuff. Cint Technologies. This is actually looking like a big bull flag, to be honest. Have to see how this one plays out. Same with Baidu. You might be able to get a nice spike if you aren't in it already. But I think that's pretty much it, guys. So a lot of these I'm waiting for them to come down. Again, I didn't want to make this video too long because I don't play a lot on Fridays. Normally it's scalping. Look for continuations. There's a couple of them. I know... What was the one today? I mean, just be careful. Going in a long weekend, a lot of stuff is going to sell, period. Speaking of which, so you definitely want to be careful tomorrow. If stuff does sell off tomorrow and it holds, possibly look at going swinging over the weekend. I don't really like to do that. If you do, just remember to manage your risk. Don't go heavy and play it safe, right? You want to be able to live to fight another day. You don't want to go all out in any particular stock. If there's something that you do believe in, it's important to give it time and be patient. If you have high conviction, time and patience is your friend. Remember that. But this weekend, I'm hoping to make some more other videos aside from these as well, possibly doing some tutorials and stuff like that. I do also have another stock long-term investment video coming out as well tomorrow. So look forward to that. So remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And until next time, guys, I will see you later.